Welcome to Consciously Healthy. I'm Claire.
And I'm Laura.
And today we are going to talk to you about one of our top tips to reclaiming your life.
Yes, I think it's number 5.
I think it could, no, I think it's number 4.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. It's one of the numbers.
Yeah.
It's somewhere within 1 to 10. This top tip is around numbing ourselves. So what we mean by that is when we are finding that life is kind of difficult or we're sitting in challenging emotions, what we tend to do is distract ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we can use the distraction as a numbing technique. And a way to reclaim your life and reclaim your feelings is actually to stop sitting in the numbing and stop sitting in the distractions and learn how to be with your uncomfortable emotions.
So how do people numb themselves?
Oh, well, there's loads of different ways. Loads of different ways. So TV is a great way.
Radio.
So having that constant sort of noise or blare on all the time, that's a really great distraction because it stops you thinking what's going on in your head or feeling what's going on in your body.
Yeah. Addictions. So gambling, smoking, drinking, drugs, any of those that are used as a crutch to be able to give you something, to numb something, to stimulate something, to get away from something is a big one.
Yeah, shopping.
Oh, shopping.
Shopping and eating. So there are other addictions. I put them in the addiction category. And they're very easy to go, I feel really bad. So actually what I want to do is go out shopping. I can make myself feel better with a pair of shoes, retail therapy. I just feel really bad. So I need a donut or I need some chips.
So how can people distinguish between doing something out of pleasure and doing something out of numbing themselves?
So my response to that is to check in with yourself. And is there an icky feeling? I don't really like calling emotions negative or positive. So is there an icky feeling that by doing this thing, whatever it might be that you're being pulled to do, that you're hoping that it'll cover up the icky feeling? So, have you just been shouted at in an argument, or did you suffer from some rejection from, a job interview or at work, or has something happened where you've actually got a bit of an ick feeling, and therefore instead of knowing how to be with it and process it and allow it to leave your body in its own good time, actually what you try and do is distract yourself and cover it up.
So you're trying to stop the feeling. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of it really.
Have you had any personal experience of doing this?
Oh, yeah, loads, all the time. But I had a situation this morning where an email popped in to my email and it really distressed me. And so I kind of processed it and sat with it. And it's actually around about now I'm kind of going, I'm checking the time. It's kind of, it's almost ready for lunch. And I'm going, I could just eat some chips for lunch. And there's no way that I'm going to eat chips on an icky feeling. Like, I want to eat chips when I'm feeling really happy. I
can't remember the last time you ate chips.
Oh, I know, right? I don't even like chips. And so I absolutely know it's a way of me trying to comfort myself. But there are so many more positive ways to comfort ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So actually sitting with ourselves with a nice blanket on, a cup of warm tea, or actually it's really sunny today, so sitting in the garden, walking in nature, just finding other ways to nourish ourselves actually is what allows us to reclaim our lives.
And I think what can happen is when an ick feeling comes up and it feels uncomfortable to be with, we want to get away from it. And one of the things that you can do is to sit with it and identify what it is. So is it shame? Is it guilt? Is it fear? Is it embarrassment? Is it anger? What is the first step is to what is that emotion and then being with it.
Absolutely.
And whatever it's going to look like, however you want to get it through the body, however you want to process it is absolutely great. Allow yourself the time to be with that emotion rather than trying to run away from it, which is what distractions can do.
Because actually when we sit with it, There's such gold in there in terms of learning more about ourselves and learning about our, our deep feelings, our deep thoughts. And, those deep thoughts and those deep feelings are so valid, and they're such an important part of our journey and such an important part of who we are, that actually we're totally denying ourselves some of the best bits of ourselves, which is such an irony.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more that we can sit with uncomfortable feelings, the more that we can have an experience of things like joy and happiness and excitement, because emotions are all part of the same kit and caboodle. It's all part of the same thing. Definitely. So really allowing yourself to be with the emotion rather than trying to get away from it. Your top tip for distractions, how to be with distractions?
My top tip is, before you distract yourself by putting on music or telly or eating or anything, is actually to find a quiet spot somewhere in your house, or you might have to go in the garden if there's nothing quiet in your house, and just allow yourself to be. So like what I tend to do is I will either go and lie on my bed, or I'll lie on the sofa and I'll put like a pillow over my head so I can't hear anything, and wrap myself in a blanket and just really drop into the feeling and allow in my head all of the stuff that I want to say. Maybe there's a person that I want to direct it at, but it's all in my head. I allow myself the space to do that, so that actually I can get to the feeling underneath, which is often, I'm really hurt, or I'm fearful, or just that there's pain or whatever. But just by allowing myself that space to breathe, to be, to drop into the feeling, not only do I find out what the feeling is, I'm actually processing it and I'm sitting with it and I'm not distracting myself. So that's actually my top tip, is find somewhere quiet and safe where you can just learn to sit with the feeling.
Gorgeous, really gorgeous.
Yours?
My top tip is, it's a yogic technique, and if you have an addiction, shopping, smoking, food, whatever it is, try stopping it for 21 days. So there's something magic about the number 21, that if you can stop something for 21 days, then you will break a habit. Try it, experience it. There's 21 days to break a habit, and then there's 40 days to create a new one. So if you really want to break something that is no longer serving you in your life, give that a shot.
So I think that's it for us for today.
That's it.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.